Good morning. It's the wee hours of the morning. You're not seeing me my best. It's sometime between April 1st and April 2nd, and I should probably really still be asleep, but I woke up. I was thinking about you. Oh goodness, I look awful. I'm Cynthia McBride. I'm the pastor of First Christian Church in Portland. Our world is living through the coronavirus, COVID-19. And I know that there are others who wake up in the middle of the night and have a hard time sleeping. So I thought I might just mention when that happens. It's okay. In the middle of the night, if you wake up and you have a hard time sleeping, of course you can choose to get up. But if you want to go back to sleep, counselors tell us that it's actually helpful to not turn on your screens, to not turn on your phone or the TV or your tablet. The light messes with your circadian rhythm and tries to keep you awake. If you're wanting to go back to sleep, it's actually best to stay in bed, to lie quietly, to give your body all the signals it needs that it is still time to sleep. Lie still. What comes to mind for me is the psalmist saying, "Rest in the Lord, wait patiently for him, and he will give thee thy heart's desires." Rest in the Lord. While I try to rest and go back to sleep, sometimes I do what I call an alphabet prayer. I begin with the letter A and work my way through the alphabet for each letter. I might think of a person whose name begins with that letter. Or I might think of a place in the world that needs prayer. I pray for people in Alamogordo, a small town in New Mexico, my hometown, where I grew up. I pray for my best friend who still lives there and works as a school teacher. Classes are canceled to the end of the year. I pray for Alamogordo. I pray for Bethany, the suburb of Portland, Oregon, where I live. For my neighbors right down the street. I pray for people in Colorado Springs, friends that I met at church gatherings through the years, for whatever's unfolding in their lives during the coronavirus. I pray for people in Detroit, where COVID-19 is hitting really hard. People are dying. I pray for people in England, like Emanuele, our Italian exchange student who works for British Airways. I pray for people in France, Germany, for people in Hawaii that has a history in some ways of isolation and quarantine. It used to be a leper colony on one of the islands there. Pandemics sometimes feel a little different for island communities. Sometimes the isolation is encouraging if you keep other people away, but eventually disease spreads there too. I pray for people in Iceland, one of the last places to be infected by the novel coronavirus that's causing COVID-19. I pray for people in Japan. Who would you pray for in the middle of the night? Who would you pray for if you're praying by cities and regions in the world, working your way through the alphabet? Or maybe you'd pray for individuals. I think of Karen, a young woman who works in healthcare. Her job has changed a lot lately. Her husband's laid off, and it's all the more important for her to work, but it's kind of scary that she has to do that. If you wake up in the middle of the night and you can't go back to sleep, you can pray. Know that you are not alone, that there are others who keep watch through the night, and others who wait for the Lord. I'd have to look it up to tell you, but I think that comes from Psalm 63. Rest in the Lord, wait patiently for him, and he will give thee thy heart's desires. Oh, rest in the Lord. I pray for you in the middle of the night, that you are resting well.